fucking watches anyway. Good afternoon, motherfuckers, and welcome to the Jettison Life Podcast, Season 2, Episode 5. And it's a very slow news week, so we're kind of wing it this week. But there's a few things to talk about. Zam wants to do a quick review of Sims 4 because it's free on the PlayStation Plus, and if it's free, it's going to get played with. Just like my... No, anyway. I'm going to quickly chat about Square Enix becoming Ubisoft Mark II. Then we also have the leaked footage of Batman riding a bat cycle, wearing a bat suit, looking very pumped up. We also have some bloke called JD Dildo or Dillard doing a Star Wars thingy, and whatever other crap comes to mind. Very slow news week. And of course, we finish off with Zam's awesome top 5. That being said, let me introduce my panel of twats. I've got Zam, and obviously I've got Miss Let It Die, or It Needs to Die below us. And that being said, let's get into it. Let's start off with...
Hello.
Yeah, I was thoughts on time. Thoughts.
Tut.
Thought.
Right. All right, we're going to quickly start with... these wankers here, Square Enix. So basically, this week, if you're not familiar with Square Enix, and you've been living under a rock, they're of course famous for their Final Fantasy games and that Disney game that suddenly eluded my mind, but never mind. They are basically...
Just
Cause. What?
Just Cause, I think.
No, Just Cause as
Just
well.
Cause?
Yeah, that's right. Yep, Just Cause as well.
Yeah.
So they dropped a game last week called Outriders, and when I first saw the trailer, I was kind of looking forward to this. I thought, all right, nice, little bit of a co-op shooter, might be fun, blah blah blah. So they dropped a live stream, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, okay, the gameplay is very Gears of War. It's just a Gears of War ripoff, but that wasn't the point. The whole point, all they were talking about was about customization. You can customize this, you can customize that, customize your balls, customize your tits, customize this, customize that. And I'm like, what about the game? What about the gameplay? And then they move the conversation kind of shifts to Avengers. And then Avengers is all about customize this, customize that. And then I'm getting adverts for pre-orders for Avengers. Again, that's not even out until fucking September, okay, because of their Square Enix's constant pushbacks. And it's, hey, if you get the premium version of the game, you get 1,000 credits plus these customizable packs. Custom. They've become like Ubisoft. And now, well, what I saw of Outriders was basically it's a hollow fucking game that's basically got Gears of War mechanics that focuses on customization to kind of milk you for your money. And this is where Square Enix have basically become Ubisoft now. And I've got no hope that Avengers will be any good. I think it's going to be a basic fucking game with basic gameplay that's going to be also focusing on fleecing your money for customization. And this is where we're going now with gaming. It's the AAA industry is a sack of fucking hollow shite. And now they're doubling down on customization because everyone's complaining about loot boxes. So we'll get people's thoughts on that. Christine, we'll go with you.
Well, generally speaking, I like customization when it comes to character creation. I don't care that much about customizing like weapons and shit like that, because that's too much work, and fuck it. But if that's all there is to it, and there's no gameplay or anything else to market to me, I'm not really that interested. Like if I wanted customization, I mean, I could play, I don't know, Sims. It's customizable. It's boring as hell too. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think that this is. Yeah, customization is marketable, but it's not the only thing, and it's not the top priority of everyone. And another thing that I'm going to bring up, the old nemesis of mine, Bethesda. Fallout 4. Very customizable. You could customize your character any way you wanted, even more so with mods. You could customize the world you were in. But the game was shit. The story was shit. It was unrelatable. It was shit. So what am I gonna do with a character who looks like, I don't know, sex bomb number 3 of the decade or whatever, if the game is shit? I mean,
Yeah.
I like looking at a nice ass as much as the next person, but if I have nowhere to go and nothing interesting to do, it gets boring after a bit, you know? So, fuck it. Fuck
Yeah.
them if they're gonna fuck it up like that.
I,
And generally speaking, Square Enix is a company that I generally respect up to a point.
Mm-hmm.
And I have quite a few of their games, but if that's all they're marketing on, well, no, sorry.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much. Sorry, Zam, I'll come to you in a second. But that's pretty much where they're going now. There's this sole focus is on the customization aspect. Everyone loves customization in games. Everyone. Nobody's gonna sit there and say, "I don't really care about customizing my characters." We all love it. Now they're just exploiting that love and they're monetizing it because they have to monetize everything. And it's taken away from the actual game itself, because if you're not going to focus, like for me, it should be like gameplay should be the core thing, and then everything else is a bonus. If you're not going to focus on gameplay, do something original, bring something new to the table. Then you're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping a few people pick those pieces up, because not many people are going to buy a game like Outriders if they're looking at it and thinking, "Oh God, it's just Gears of War." Well, why am I going to buy it? I don't give a shit about customization if I'm just going around and ducking behind a wall and shooting people over and over. There's a million other games like that are better. That don't have to worry about customizing everything. So yeah, Zam, your thoughts?
There is a place for customization in gaming, but the way things are going now, it's lopsided, isn't it? You know, it's more about that, and then the game itself, as you've both mentioned quite clearly. And that's my problem with games now. I mean, in a way, and obviously we will talk about this later regarding The Sims and stuff. I've been playing Sims 4, as you know, and that game is about customization, but the whole focus of the game is customization. You know, when other games like this Gears of War simulator you mentioned isn't, it's about obviously running and gunning and duck and cover and shooting and stuff. Then customization is a secondary. And when you got more focus on that than the game itself, then there's obviously a problem. Personally, James, by the way, even though we do lose hope and stuff, end of the day, the companies give us what we want when we don't give them what they want, which is our fucking money. And that's what we need to fucking do. Stop giving them our money, and then we get better games like the fucking EA version of EA's Star Wars game recently, that Jedi game, which was a better attempt by them. Considering what, so we give them the grief, we give them our shit, we give them shit, sorry, and then eventually they'll give us what we fucking want. But we have to filter through. Unfortunately, what we want is now and again, not on a regular. They'll still want to fucking churn out this bollocks to us any way they can with fucking fancy colors and flashing lights and all that shit, like a fucking slot machine in the pub.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, I mean look. I mean, Ubisoft has gone back to the drawing table because of the outrage caused with things like Odyssey and all their recent games like Ghost Recon Breakpoint and all that, with the customization and the monetization, the way they do it, and how everything's the same, just a fucking looter shooter and all that. So they've gone back to the drawing table. So low sales is the only way. Unfortunately, for stables like games that you like FIFA, the casuals dominate too much. Call of Duty, the casuals dominate too much for there to be any kind of significant change in those areas. But for the rest of those areas, you can affect.
Just regarding me on FIFA, it's Ultimate Team, which is the one thing I don't do. Which is what makes, which is churning out the money. I just like playing football and not spending my money on fucking loot packs and shit like that, like all these other dickers I've mentioned to you in the past who spent 500 on FIFA 19, £500 on FIFA 19, we're now on FIFA 20. I mean, that £500 is irrelevant. It doesn't go on to FIFA 20 at all in any way whatsoever. I don't love football, so in some ways, there's not much I can do about that.
Cool. All right, sticking with gaming, Sam, you want to talk about Sims 4 for a little bit?
Can I say something about it?
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yes, of course.
About Sims 4.
Oh, Sims 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I'm actually promoting this unabashedly, without any, shame. Sims is one of my guilty pleasures, partly because I get a lot of pleasure from pirating EA.
Fair enough.
And
you hear that, EA? You've been pirated.
Yeah, and there are so efficient ways of pirating EA. Oh man. And since PG isn't here, if you want to know more, text me. Because I'm promoting pirating EA, and any chance I get, pirate those motherfuckers that don't deserve your money.
Yeah, fuck them. I've got no sympathy.
But since it was quite fun, I especially enjoy like building shit, because come on, the gameplay gets boring really fast, and it's either too hard, so you always cheat with money. Then you get bored, you download adult mods, and it gets more interesting. So you get some random people fucking in the background, and it's like, yeah, that's the life. or doing lines of cocaine, because that's what my Sims do.
Nice.
But Sam, tell me about your boring Sims that don't do lines of cocaine or fucking in the bathroom.
I'm still getting to grips with the game, by the way, just so you know. Now, as we all know, PlayStation Plus, if you're on PlayStation, will give you a couple of free games every month, and this month was Sims 4, as well as another game which I've forgotten now, but I'm not interested. I've always liked city builders and stuff like that, and this game is made by the same people who've done stuff, so like SimCity, and so I was interested to see what their spin on it when it comes to just regular human beings and characters and interactions and stuff. And as a free-to-play game, a game where you don't have to spend any money at all, I'm enjoying this. If I had to spend 40 quid on this, I would be pissed off with myself. But for not spending a goddamn penny, this game is worth every fucking penny. I thoroughly enjoying myself. My first run, though, was a bit of a struggle. I made my guy not a young adult, just an adult. So before I knew it, he was already becoming an old man, and so that kind of fucked my movement up and stuff like that. But there's a lot of stuff to do. There's lots of upgrading, lots of interaction, lots of customization, but it works for this formula. It works. This is what you want customization for a formula like this. And unlike customizations in what we talked about in the previous topic, you're not fucking spending money, your real money on shit. This is just in-game currency you earn by playing as your character when he has to go to work and stuff like that. And you use that money to buy shit and stuff like that. That's how you play the game. It's very easy. You can paint a picture and then you can sell the picture for more than you painted it for. There's easy ways of making money in the game. But, I'm still delving into it. My first run wasn't that successful. I've made a better character this time around. He's a fucking bodybuilder. He's fucking buff as fuck. He likes to exercise regularly.
So you're not one
like
of
that.
those
And he keeps his place very clean.
Sims, right? I hate those people.
Well, no, hold on. I haven't done any of that yet. I'm too busy. I've already got this girl pregnant, and she's a baby,
but
stuff like that.
Why would you though? That I never understood that.
I'm experimenting. Look, I didn't mean to get her pregnant, but it just happened. Yeah, but the point is,
I'm not talking about pregnant. I'm talking about the people that kill their Sims for fun.
we can get to that in a second. I just want to keep talking about this game initially. There are other ways of playing this game, which is pretty cool. Like right now, I've made my guide to be quite inspirational. So he wants to climb the career ladder and this, that, and the other. I've gone for a boring formula, but the next run I play in this game, you can make your guy more like a criminal, like gangstery underworld and like making people fight each other and stuff. and I'm looking forward to playing that element of a character in my next run. So there's ways of playing this game. You can go to different venues as well, different parts of the world. You can build stuff like you can do in SimCity. That doesn't really interest me too much because it just makes it's just a bit complicated and I can't be fucked to understand it. It's hard enough just to understand the movements and stuff like initially when you're first playing, which I finally got to grips of. If you have a PlayStation and you're on PlayStation Plus, get this game while you still can. It's free. And when it's free, you'll fucking enjoy this game.
Are you such a grandpa that you can't figure it out?
There's a lot of controls, Chris. There's a lot of micromanagement.
Like the hardest part of it is actually the building. Like to do
but Chris, one more thing.
You need to
Chris, one thing, yeah. I'm having to do this mouse controls on a joypad. It's fucking complicated. It's harder to do mouse controls on a joypad than people realize. That's one of the
Why would you ever do that? Console peasants. Lose.
Yeah. Big time.
Exactly.
Big time.
Exactly. But get this recommended. Ginger, you should play it, man. You have a laugh initially. You might be pissed off initially, but once you get the grips with it, I think you have a laugh.
Yeah. I've got it installed.
Yeah.
I'll whack.
Single player game as well. There's not enough of them. It's a good single player game.
Yeah.
And the
I might do that
funnest
the next
thing
run.
is,
I might do that.
You know what the funnest thing is? When your male sim goes stargazing, and one fine day the aliens abduct him, and then he's knocked up. It happened to all my male sims, guys, like for real. And I'm like, I don't want babies, and
I'm
now
definitely going to be looking for that.
At least you have the chance to send him to its world when it's born, but I mean, you carried it for 5 days. Would you really? Would you? I mean, I've sent one back.
Well, I'll just market it and make a lot of money off of it. Put it on Instagram.
But yeah, I don't like when people are killing their sims. Like, I'm saving all the fucking time when I play just so in case an accident happens and my sims die, so I can roll back and prevent them from dying.
If it dies, you have to start again from scratch or what?
No, not from scratch.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saving all the fucking time, the game, so that I don't lose my sims.
Yeah, fair enough.
Cool.
All right.
Success.
Yeah, moving on. So, Batman. We have some leaks.
I don't like the hat.
Batman or the Batman. He was riding around in a bat cycle because, we're back to that again where the fucking bike has to have a bat symbol at the front of it because it's the 90s. And he's got his new suit, which I gotta say, I like it. It makes more sense. It's got.
I don't like the hat.
Huh?
I don't like the hat.
No, I don't like the hat, the helmet.
Yeah, I don't like that.
The helmet.
I didn't like it in Batman, Nolan's Batman either. It looks weird, but the rest of the suit looks cool. Thick armor. It looks like Arkham Knight kind of Arkham Asylum Batman. So that looks good. I don't know if you guys have seen any of the footage, any of the pictures.
I've seen it. Yeah,
very little.
Yeah, I have.
I was side watching it. I don't know why. I'm like, I'm not sold on this Batman. Who's gonna be the Catwoman?
Oh, Zoe Kravitz.
I'm okay with that. I like her. Well, I like her looks. I don't like her views. She's anti-vax like her mom.
Yeah.
So fuck her.
She's what, an anti-vaxxer? Oh God. One of those, is she? I don't. Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree usually.
She's too petite for fucking Catwoman's body type. It's like having a twink play Batman. Oh wait.
Wait.
Oh.
I mean,
oh well.
Isn't that what we're having?
Yeah. And we've got a really tall guy playing fucking Penguin, so.
Oh my God.
Everything's just out the window in this fucking Batman film.
That was good.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Batman. I glow in the dark. Sparkle. Ooh, take this. It's my Batarang. Don't get me wrong, Robert Pattinson's a good actor. Like if you watch him in Good Time, he's excellent in that.
I don't know. I
But-
haven't seen any of his movies.
No, he's good. He's good. Don't people just look at Twilight, but Twilight is just bad.
Well, people usually judge you from your worst decisions, not from your best. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
where I'm
true.
judging him from. And I haven't even watched Twilight.
But no, neither of anyone with half a fucking brain wouldn't have watched that garbage. But we're not screaming little teenage girls or gay men. So, but well, damn, maybe. But I'm not.
I don't know, man. Bernie
I'm
has
manly.
watched
Oh,
it.
fuck you, mate.
Watched Twilight.
Yeah. He sits
Yeah,
there.
he watched the
I've
first.
never seen the Twilight film.
Bernie has watched.
I've never seen the
first
Twilight movie.
So apparently, he's a teenage girl or a gay man.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. But
Yeah,
he's a good actor. He could probably pull off the brooding look, but he ain't masculine enough to fucking play Batman. I mean, even in the leaked pictures, it was a stuntman.
I mean,
What did Cousin Cheetah say? We just watched Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
if Cavill Superman comes up, he'll just break him like a pencil,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ooh, I'd love to see that though.
I bet you would.
So hot.
You would.
Yeah, I'm evil.
But I mean, the casting in this film is generally awful, like really awful. I don't know what possessed them, but DC in general, they don't have good casting agents. I mean, they cast Jared Leto as fucking Joker, for fuck's sake. It says it all you need to know. Anyway, yeah, that's that.
Yeah, but I like the casting. Like I liked Cavill as Superman, apart from the bias. Okay, and I liked Jason Momoa as Aquaman. I like that they didn't make the Aquaman be like this blonde weird dude from the comics.
Blonde Aryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman as well. Like, I love that bitch.
Gal Gadot is just gorgeous. You know what I mean?
Like,
she's gorgeous. She can't act for shit, but she's fantastic to look at. Same as Jason Momoa. He can't act for shit, but great eye candy for the ladies.
He can act sometimes.
Yeah. I've yet to see it in everything he's been
But
in.
here's the thing. Okay, I'm making a parenthesis here because I got pissed this year with Jason Momoa. Well, I mean, they didn't do another season of Frontier, which I liked.
Yeah.
And they did that sea thing, and then they left it at the 8th episode at a fucking cliffhanger, and it sucked. But even though it sucked, I still want to know what the fuck happens.
Is that in Frontier?
What?
Is that in Frontier you're talking about?
No, I think they cancelled Frontier.
Yeah, so what's that sea thing you're talking about?
It's called Sea. It's a post-apocalyptic world where everyone is blind except a couple of people.
Right.
It's I don't know. It's ridiculous. And like the queen they have, when she says is praying, is actually masturbating or getting
Fucked.
Not fucked, licked.
Oh, isn't it? That's like a very good show. Very artistic.
No, it's beyond stupid. It was bad. Like,
yeah.
Like, okay, the fighting and shit and the gore that it has sometimes is okay, but plot-wise, oh my god, it's so weak.
Yeah. Well, that's something I won't be watching. But actually, what you're talking about things to watch.
Speaking of weak,
yeah,
Criminal Minds just ended their 15th season, and the ending was weak.
Is that still going?
No, it ended like
that's it.
a couple
Gone.
days ago. Done. Finished.
15 fucking seasons they managed. That has to be one of the most.
And the last episode was a two-parter, and the second part of the two-parter was 90% filler from old characters, flashbacks and shit like that. Well, fuck that.
Yeah. Let's be honest. I can't remember. I think I've only ever seen one show that has a very satisfying last episode. Everything else is usually just they seem to rush everything for some reason on these
Yeah.
final episodes, and it's like, what are you doing? So I'm not surprised it's ended like
Hi,
that.
Steve.
Stupid fucking yeah. That show had one of the most tumultuous casts, like leaving, arguing, firings, directors arguing, harassment, fucking everything. You name it. That show had everything behind the scenes. How it
Yeah, but
lasted
it had
15
Garcia,
years.
and she's a fucking goddess.
She what?
You know, the chick who plays Garcia. I don't remember her name.
No, I never watched Criminal Minds apart from the first 2 seasons.
Ah, well,
I
she
forget
was
her name.
there. You know, the hacker chick. She's
Oh,
awesome.
her. Oh, right. Yeah.
I fucking love her.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah. Okay, cool. Moving on to.
Can I say something about Batman? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
man.
Sorry, we moved on from Batman.
No, it's all right, Chris. It's good to hear you talk for once, Chris. It's actually good to hear, Chris, but you usually just sit in the corner there, sat quiet.
Yeah,
like a
that's
fucking-
why I went to the shower so I would wake up, so I could be alive and be my original loud Greek self. You know.
Yes, lovely.
Wonderful.
Yes, Sam, go on.
I believe very. It's good that I mean, I'm obviously going to take an interest. I will watch the film, yada yada. But like, it's another Batman, isn't it? Like, fucking whoop de doo. You know, we're going to see a Penguin again. We're going to see this fucking guy, another version of this, another version of that. Do some other people for fuck's sake. Really, I mean, not Batman again. But nevertheless, I hope it's good. I hope it's good, and I want to enjoy it. But I'm just not that bothered by it. I'll keep an eye on it, but that's about it.
I think we've come at this point in time where old superheroes have gotten old. We need something new, but we need to be more fucked up, you know? We no longer need heroes. We need something that we can relate to, you know?
Well,
Like,
that's why they did the
personally,
Joker movie.
I find Jessica Jones very relatable. Like, yeah, she's real, you know? I like that show because it was real.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Just to mention the thing regarding
more grounded themes.
the thing regarding the Joker.
Like sorry, go on. Yeah, Sam.
Like, Joker was one of those films as well. But my only issue with the Joker is the one thing I really wish they never ever did with this character, which they've done with so many, is that they almost made him like an anti-hero in that film. And I don't want to ever see the Joker as a fucking anti-hero ever.
Yeah, I think like the bit where he shoots the 3 douchebags is kind of like, I understand why they did it, but that just makes you sympathetic towards the character, and it started like a whole movement.
Here's my thoughts on that, though. I believe that every villain has gone through something in order to become a villain. I don't think that anyone was born a villain. I think that there are things that have happened to them.
Yeah.
So
well, unless they're
it's
not
bad to make them relatable and show their more human side. It just makes you more understanding of why a villain becomes a villain. I think it's interesting. I think they become anti-heroes.
No, look. I would personally, I would appreciate it if in the Joker film, if we would see them lose his mind to such a degree that he actually killed the midget. Sorry, I know it's offended you. I apologize. The little person, or what you want to call him, you know, before he left the house. If he killed him, then there was no redemption at all for the Joker. Even if people loved him, because they wouldn't have realized he killed that dude as well.
Yeah.
So I think in that film to make him show that he really had lost his fucking mind.
Yeah, that's fair. They should have made him beyond redemption rather than slightly likable, but overall, it's played out well.
Well, you even understand why he killed his mother. You know,
there was a reason
as fucked as it sounds, you do understand that. Yeah, but there's no reason for him to kill the midget, and if he did, he should have. I mean, sorry. So even if he didn't, he should have. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, that funnily enough brings us on to this, which is just for a bit of a laugh. Birds of Prey versus Sonic. Now, this has been one of the funniest and stupidest, see, even the categories, topics on the bloody internet. Trying to pit a family film versus an R-rated film that nobody had any intention of seeing. And there's like this whole thing behind it of like, oh, it just shows you how sexist people are. They'll go and see some shit like Sonic the Hedgehog, a female-led film. It's going to be ignored. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached peak idiocy with this. What a stupid thing to compare with. Sonic the Hedgehog is a PG film. You're going to take your kids to see it. There's a lot of nostalgia factor there for Sonic fans. Plus, it had the whole controversy surrounding with his original look, so curiosity and the fact that the studio went out of its way to make drastic changes to it, which was appreciated by a lot of people, compared to Birds of Prey, which has had no fanfare, a really, really shit trailer, okay, and hardly any marketing behind it, apart from the last couple of weeks it was due out. And you can't compare the two just because they were released right next to each other. And it's nothing to do with, it's not a sexist argument. What kind of stupid shit is that? You know?
Yeah, that really grinds my gears. Like, you can't make comparisons between things that are not even close to each other. One is an R-rated movie, one is a family movie. You can't compare them. Fuck off. It's simple as that.
Exactly. Like
things like this,
yeah, go on.
No, things like this actually hurt genuine arguments, for when it comes to certain issues on film, and this ruins it because
Exactly.
when you do have to talk about a particular thing, and then people come back to this bullshit. Oh God, yeah, and you don't want these people who are hearkening on this shit to be on your side because what I mean. It just drives me nuts. All of it. It really does.
Yep. Yeah, I totally agree. It's like, so I'll say to them, what's the excuse for Captain Marvel and Wonder Woman making money? Is that sexist? They're female-led. It's such stupid fucking arguments that we're having over nothing.
I mean, there are reasons why a movie flopped, and it might be justified criticism if there are evidence for it. But in this case, there are so many different and other variables that I don't get. Like, okay, their marketing for the movie was pretty shit. Like, the previews that I've seen, I was not impressed. I was actually annoyed by how Harley was portrayed.
Exactly.
I don't know. It didn't really. And keep in mind that I have not watched Suicide Squad in order to be biased against it, because I heard it was shit. I didn't watch it.
It's a shit film.
I'm not a big DC fan, so I don't give a fuck. So it didn't give me anything in the trailers to be interested in it. Like just having an all-female lead movie doesn't say much to me. Like I didn't care for Ghostbusters with the chicks. It was shit. And Birds of Prey might actually be a good movie. I've heard some good things from people.
That's what I've heard. That is a good film. Yeah.
But if you don't do the good marketing for it, if you don't give a trailer that captivates the audience, you can't expect them to watch it just because it's DC and just because they have Margot Robbie. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, and her voice was weird in the trailer. I don't know. It annoyed me.
The accent was all over the place. What was it trying to be? It was just fucking weird. It was weird. Yeah.
I mean, I when they make films like Captain Marvel or female Ghostbusters, I don't think to myself, female Ghostbusters, or that Ocean's 8 version, of, was it Ocean's 8?
Yeah.
The female Ocean's 8 or whatever. But you know what I'm getting at. I just don't give a fuck women this or it's a leaf. It just don't cross my fucking. I'm surprised it makes so much fucking news though. I'm not sure about you guys that
wrong. That's
you
why.
know, like the Me Too movement and all of that shit,
the wrong
and
way.
that's what people. I just don't get it. Why stuff like this is so relevant today? You know what I mean?
Because they're trying to market to
These
different
shit like
audiences,
that, you know,
but the wrong way. You know, they're not doing it right. That's simple. Like,
are they trying to also create controversy? Are they trying to?
No, they're just trying to.
Are they trying to create controversy and?
They're trying to market. Hang on. They're trying to market to the woke fucking brigade like it's some kind of new revolutionary thing. But the reality is none of this is new. It's nothing. You know, it's bandwagon jumping done really, really badly. It's hopping on a property that isn't yours, and you're trying to put people in there. It's exactly what happened to Marvel Comics after Disney took over. They tried to replace all the legacy characters with more diverse and more female characters, and it backfired because it's like you're just jumping on somebody else's hard work, and you're trying to market it with new people. And it doesn't work. Same with female-led stuff. It's like there's been female-led stuff in the past. What's the marketing behind it? That it's just female-led? Then you watch the film, like Charlie's Angels was so fucking bad. You watch it and it's all like, oh, women can't do this, men can do everything. Women, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? In the 80s and 90s, when you had female-led stuff, it was just a film that was all about the plot, the storyline. The fact that it was female was irrelevant. That was a marketing side
like
to
Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah, no, Sigourney Weaver, Cynthia Rothrock, all those fucking type of females. You know, it was just
Meryl Streep. Yeah,
like I don't want it to feel forced, like they're feeling a quota, and it feels that way to me. And the other thing that bothers me is, I do want to see more diversity in movies and comic movies and things like that, but make them new original characters. Don't take an old established character and completely change it just to fill a quota.
Exactly.
Exception, Aquaman.
Yeah,
dude.
I'm sorry, but
Jamie
I have to
Foxx
put exception
Little
there.
John, for fuck's sake. Jamie Foxx's Little John fucking takes me out of that Robin Hood movie. The most stupidest thing ever, man.
That film was so bad. That film, you look at it and you're like, why do they still get away with making films like this? It's awful.
Which movie?
Even that Tarzan movie.
Even the recent Robin Hood.
That Tarzan film with Samuel L. Jackson.
Man in Tights?
Like,
no.
That's my favorite.
It was with Taron Egerton. Was it Taron Egerton that played Robin Hood? No,
Taron Egerton. Yeah, Taron Egerton. No. It was Charlie Hunnam. Oh, Taron Egerton. One of the two.
One of them two pricks.
Charlie Hunnam.
Hoffman. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I know.
The guy from he's from Sons of Anarchy. He played Jax Teller.
Yeah. I think he did the Excalibur one.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Excalibur and Robin Hood, they're both the same, aren't they? He's like, fuck me.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
can't tell him apart, man.
Can't tell him apart.
I can't tell him apart right now. I really can't.
Yeah.
I don't know which one Jamie Foxx was in. Robin Hood.
That's all you need to know.
You know, guys, what we should do sometime?
What?
We should do a live viewing of The Room.
I've been to the live viewing of The Room with Tommy Wiseau and Greg Figge. Yeah, I went to the Prince Charles.
Yeah, we'll have it playing, and we'll what's the word?
React.
Comment on it.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh, hi, Mark.
That's probably so funny for the wrong reasons. Oh god.
And we should do the same with The Big Lebowski. It's the best movie ever.
Yeah.
I love it. It's a great film, but I have no desire to watch it again. I'll be honest with you.
What?
I've seen it several times. I've seen it loads of times. I think I burnt out on Big Lebowski.
No,
Of
never.
course not, man.
I watched it annually
Big
and,
I don't even watch
Lebowski,
Die Hard annually.
and
Lord of the
put it
Rings
all throughout.
are all annual viewings.
I've seen
Like,
that film
not a
so
year
many
goes
times.
by
It's
when I
one
don't watch them.
of the best films ever. But
There are
it's
some movies that
I'm done with it.
there aren't that it's never too much to watch. Big Lebowski is one of them. The Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Splendid.
I'm looking forward to the Big Lebowski. That's going to be fun. Oh, the third one's awful.
I don't want a
It's
sequel.
spin-off.
I don't want a sequel.
I don't want one either, but it's a spin-off.
Perfect. The movie was perfect. It does not need anything more. Leave it at
Well, it's getting a spin-off with
with Jesus.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't want it. I like that film as it was, that universe as it was. It
I'm
doesn't
still
need
waiting for Loaded Weapon 2.
Nothing more.
Loaded Weapon 2 ain't never gonna happen. What, 20 years later? 30 years later.
What? What are you talking about?
Loaded Weapon. You ever see Loaded Weapon 1?
Weapon.
Whoa.
Fucking brilliant film. Brilliant.
And buddy cop
I
films
only
and
watched
stuff like that. Yeah.
a few weeks ago. It was great.
Yeah.
And remember, saw nothing. Great.
What are you
Anyway,
Taking a
subjects.
All right. Fair
A
enough.
bloke called
We're in
JD
the
Dillard.
top 5.
No, not yet. Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
A
Sorry,
bloke
sorry,
named
sorry.
JD Dillard to maybe direct a Star Wars
Who is
film.
Dillard?
He's black. That's the main marketing point behind it that's going around here. That's it. Oh, it's a black guy. Who cares? What's he done? One film and it's shit. Great. Brilliant. Anyway, I just thought
Maybe he's a diamond in the rough.
I hope so. Whatever.
Movie, so
Listen, Star Wars is fucked beyond
Hey, look.
repair now. So with
Well,
Kathleen,
Joel Schumacher made one of my favorite films of all time in Falling Down, but he also made Batman and Robin. So you never know. You just never know what you're going to get sometimes.
That's not Joel Schumacher's fault. That's that fucking producer John Peters' fault. Okay.
He also made Batman Forever as well, which wasn't that great either.
John Peters' fault.
Right.
Anything that's gone wrong with Batman and Superman in the 90s is John Peters. That's his fault. He's like Kathleen Kennedy is now, just a complete fuck up.
Yeah, but don't you miss the armored suits with the nipples on?
Yeah, I want more Batman.
So
I want the nipples to open up and there be guns. Give me what I want, damn it.
That was pretty great.
Powers gave you that.
Yeah, just nobody possibly doing a Star Wars film. Everything's a mess there. They're supposed to be bringing out a film in 2 years' time, and there's nothing going on. Nothing. I wish I was in Hollywood, because you never lose your fucking job for being an incompetent wanker. But you're always hired somewhere. All right, moving on. Finishing off with Zam's top 5.
Oh, so but
wait, I have to put the graphic on. Give me a sec.
They need to. By the way, regarding Star Wars, they just need to get more fans on board. Really do, more nerdy fans who know this shit, and then they will churn out good stuff, man. But as long as they get all these fucking dickheads, what do you expect?
Apparently, Disney thinks that Star Wars is only for kids, but it's marketing it towards women. It doesn't know what it wants. It doesn't know what it's doing with the franchise.
It wants money.
It just wants money and it expects to churn out shit and for people to go pay to see it. Fuck off, cunts.
Okay, do the thing.
All right.
Fuck.
Sam's top 5.
There you go.
Hello there. Today's top 5 is actors from New Zealand. Did that get you guys happy about that? Hope you're happy about that. There's been some famous actors from New Zealand. And there's been a lot of famous actors from New Zealand. So some people don't even realize that these guys are Kiwis. But I want to first of all give honorable mentions to the people who didn't make the list. So if you want to quickly talk about them, we can. They are Lucy Lawless, Taika Waititi, Jermaine Clement, and Anna Paquin, who played Rogue in X-Men. She's a Kiwi, if you guys didn't know.
Who?
Yeah, Jermaine Clement
The
is
girl who
fucking
played Rogue.
In
Yeah, that's why
which
you look at
version?
my top.
Anna Paquin.
She played Rogue in X-Men, in the early X-Men films.
Yeah, I know. I've watched that movie like a gazillion times. I didn't know she
Wonderful.
was Kiwi. Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
I
Lucy
didn't know.
Lawless.
Oh, Lawless.
Xena Warrior
Oh,
Princess.
Xena. Yes, Xena.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I saw a video of that scene from The Witcher that was at the dragon episode in the tavern, and on the other side of Geralt looking at the door, it was Xena putting on boots and tying her boobs like she did. And I was like, yeah, this is perfect. A match made in heaven. Oh yeah,
Nice
I used to have the real hots for her, by the way.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah, you and every
I used to have
other teenager during the 90s.
I had the hots for it, man. I had the fucking hots for it. Anyway, I mean, I love the fact that she was
hot.
gorgeous and she was fiery as fuck. You know what I mean? Anyway, number 5 is Boba Fett, Jango Fett himself. You know, Clone Troopers, Tamira Morrison. I love this fucking guy. He's also the dad of fucking Aquaman. He's Once Were Warriors, one of the best films I've ever seen. I mean, if you haven't seen Once Were Warriors, then what the fuck's wrong with you? See that fucking movie. It's a
problem, man.
Great film. Top 5 was in that movie as well, and I'll get to him later.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Tamira Morrison. He's been in a lot of Hollywood films. He's just a recognizable actor. He's been in the biggest franchise in Star Wars. You know, he's now immortalized himself by being in the prequels, but he's immortalized himself as Boba Fett as well. So he is everything now, and he's just a really good actor. I'll start with you, Chris. I'll leave you out if you don't mind, but you obviously don't know who he is. Ginger, what do you want to say about Tamira Morrison?
Yeah, brilliant. Loved Once Were Warriors. Is absolutely fucking fantastic film, a brutal film. Me and my friends would always quote the eggs bit where he beats his wife up for not making eggs. It's really it was such a brilliant film, really hard hitting. And he's great in whatever, even in something as shit as Aquaman, he was great in it. It was a good fit for Jango Fett for sure. They should have tweaked they should have dubbed his voice though to be more like the original Boba Fett rather than the other way around, because all the clone troopers talking Kiwi just didn't make any sense. But solid actor.
Okay. On to number 4 now. And number 4, this actor was also in Once Were Warriors, and this particular actor, until recently when I was doing my top 5, I thought was actually British, but he's not. He's a Kiwi. He was in Die Hard 4. He was in Collateral Damage as the villain. He's been in a lot of other films as well. You see his face all around. He was also in Once Were Warriors. His name is Cliff Curtis. I'm sure you know who he is.
Never heard of him.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was the guy who wanted the eggs. He was also Rock's older brother in Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah, he's also in the Walking Dead spin-off.
Yes, and that as well.
I have no clue who that is.
Very small beady eyes. He also played Pablo Escobar in a film as well.
No, I'm drawing.
Yeah, he's either playing he's playing Middle Easterns, he's playing Latinos, he's doing. I mean, in Collateral Damage, he played a Latino. Yeah, you know what I mean. So
and
he's a Kiwi.
Three Kings as well. Yeah. He's
all right. Obviously, Chris.
He's actually a very underrated actor, criminally.
Yeah, very.
Actor. He's so versatile. He was in a TV series. Okay. He was in Sunshine as Traffic, the TV series.
Sunshine. Yeah. Very good actor, and I hope to see him in more films. Okay, number 3. Okay, we're getting more into familiar territory now. Number 3 is if I could just remember his full fucking name, but I am Maximilius, blah, 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 blah. I'm this fucking geezer. You know, I have a beautiful fucking mind. I am fucking Russell fucking Crowe. He's not an Aussie. He's a fucking. I knew you'd say that because that's you. But he's a Kiwi. Chris, what do you have to say about Russell Crowe?
He's all right.
Give us some more, Chris. You were talking a fucking shitload earlier. Keep it going.
Well, I'm not a great fan of his, honestly. Like, he's a good actor. There's no question about that.
That's why he's in my top 5.
It's just generally, he's okay. Like, I'm not gonna go crazy about him.
All right, fair enough. Change.
Like, the only thing I remember from him is when I saw this Graham Norton show where he was there with Henry Cavill and he was talking about how he met Henry Cavill when he was a teenager and he was fat. And I remember Henry Cavill.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's Henry Cavill's dad, isn't he? Oh, he's Robin Hood as well. You know, he's obviously Jor-El. So yeah, he's been a lot of characters. What do you want to say about him? It was also one of my favorite films, action films of the 90s. It was that one with Denzel Washington where he plays a virtual reality killer who comes into the real world. Oh, what's it called again? Do you know what I'm on about?
I don't know.
This is before he became famous. This is before.
I don't.
I'll find out. Virtuosity. Yeah. Excellent. I love that film. It's just a popcorn flip. I love it.
I like The Beautiful Mind the most, I think.
And also, before he became famous, he did Quick and the Dead with Sharon, and he played what's her name? Sharon Stone's love interest. In that movie as well as the preacher.
An Aussie staple.
Was he in Neighbours?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
I know Guy Pearce was. Okay, okay. Fair enough.
Russell Crowe was as well.
Ian Dale, I think his name is. He's been in a few films like 24. He's been on.
Yeah.
You got anything to say about Russell Crowe?
You know.
I agree.
Some films he's just phones it in. So yeah.
Okay, so we're on to number 2 now, and I'm gonna let you guess who number 2 is by me doing something I thought I would never ever do on the fucking podcast by taking off my fucking sunglasses. But in order for you to understand who this person is, I need to take my sunglasses off in a particular way.
Is it the guy from CSI?
Somebody tapped me on the shoulder and they turn my head like this and I see it. And it's like I look and I get off climb up the Jeep a little bit and then I grab my glasses like that, like I've never grabbed them before, like a fucking dinosaur.
Sam Neill.
That person is Sam Neill. Yeah. Sam Neill is look, let me tell you something quickly about Sam Neill. If it wasn't for Jurassic Park, I would have honestly thought he was fucking Satan, because if you people recall, he did play Damien Thorne.
Yep.
In the in the third Omen movie, that's where I first saw him. He played the American ambassador to the United Kingdom. He was very much influenced. I mean, that's where I first. He was a bad guy in that film. That's how I knew him. So to see this guy who I always thought was Satan end up being fucking the hero in Jurassic Park and just knocking it out the fucking park, no pun intended. You know, he was he was arguably, when it comes to all the actors in that film, he was the best thing about it. He had a character arc. I mean, this guy who fucking didn't like kids and didn't want to be a fucking parent and shit. And funny enough, he never ended up being a parent because his fucking girlfriend left him in the third one. But nevertheless, you saw him develop some sort of paternal instincts and stuff with the kids and stuff. He was great in that movie. He's been in Hunt of Red October. He was in that vampire film with William Dafoe. I forgot what it was called. And also had Ethan Hawke in it as well. Some of the films now are slipping my mind. The Mouth of Madness, fucking brilliant film, man. It's a brilliant film. I recommend Event Horizon. Yeah, excellent as the villain in that. He pretty much played the devil again, didn't he? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I love this actor. He's very versatile. And
great film.
Say again?
Hunt for the Wilder People.
Which one?
Hunt for the Wilder
also, by the way,
People.
he was in Peaky He was also in Peaky Blinders, and
What-
his
what
Northern
is
Irish
that?
What
accent
the
was
fuck is
fantastic.
that? I keep hearing about that. I don't know what it is.
You've got such
Peaky
a delay
Blinders,
on
is
your
it?
end.
Who, me?
Yeah, like ridiculous
I
delay.
don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway.
Sam Neill. I'll start with you, Chris. You must know who he is. Sam Neill.
Yes. From the
Well,
Omen.
Talk.
I like him. He's okay. I didn't know he was Kiwi.
He's not really.
Yeah. He's a
He
Kiwi,
was
born in
in
Kiwi.
Northern Ireland, and his dad's a fucking Kiwi. His mum's English.
Well,
Oh, man. God damn,
that's not really Kiwi.
God damn
You
IMDb.
fail.
Sorry.
It says it in IMDb. It says he was
Really?
born in Omagh County in Northern Ireland.
Oh,
His
fuck.
mum was
Very.
English. His
I
dad
put
was
in-
New Zealand, and they moved there like 7 years after he was born. So he grew up in New Zealand.
I must have misread because I was just looking for the best actors and I saw his face there and I thought, bingo. All right. I always thought he was a Kiwi anyway. Nevertheless, it makes sense that he was able to do a good Northern Irish accent then. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to talk about regarding Sam Neill, Ginge?
Great actor. Yeah, fantastic. He was in a lot of films I enjoyed in the 90s. Obviously, there was Jurassic Park. Sirens, Jungle Book, that was a lot of shit. Like Event Horizon, yeah, things like that. Not Bison.
Wasn't that a shitty movie?
What? Event Horizon? Event Horizon's fantastic.
Oh.
It's a good film. Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah, it's a good
Memoirs of
film.
an Invisible Man. You know, yeah, it was good.
Was that him?
I enjoyed him in the.
Oh, that Chevy Chase.
Yeah, with Chevy Chase.
I
Samuel
hate
plays
this
the bad
guy.
guy.
Fucking hell, I
I
forgot he was
hate
in-
this guy.
I,
He's
for-
such a
I
cunt.
forgot he.
Oh, I hate Chevy Chase as well.
I hate Chevy Chase as well. I used to love his old stuff in the 80s, but I'm done with him.
He was never that funny.
Yeah, it was. I never got his appeal.
Yeah.
Now, I'm on to number one now. And number one, I think, is somebody we can all agree is like deserves to be at the top of this fucking list. Number one is a guy who's become a cult icon as an actor. He's still making stuff today. He's made a load of great movies. He's usually playing a supporting role of some sort, but he can be. He definitely makes a great leading man, like he did in Dread. He was also in The Boys. He's been in so many films. You know, one of the best things about a shit movie like Doom. I just love this guy and everything he's in. I watch everything he's in. Born Supremacy. He's just a very good actor. He was in The Lord of the Rings as well. This guy can do anything, in my opinion. And I think he's one of the best actors ever. Carl Urban. Yeah. What you guys got to say about him? I'll start with you, Ginge.
Yeah, one of my favorite actors working today. I absolutely love the dude. Versatile as fuck. His portrayal of Bones was really, really good. He's
how can I forget?
Yeah, he's attempted a
Wasn't he in
copy
Riddick
accent.
too?
What?
Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah, he was. He was the main bad
He
guy.
was
in-
But the film was shit. So I didn't
in
mention
Thor
that.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, he played.
Oh yeah,
Like-
I forgot.
Like he's in everything, and I love him.
Yeah, he's in everything.
Yeah,
He's just the
he played
best.
Scourge.
He's in everything I love.
Yeah, he's done like Almost Human as well. That was really good. So yeah, very amazing actor. The Born Supremacy.
Yeah, well, he played that
I didn't
assassin.
know he was Kiwi,
Yeah, he's Kiwi.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a Kiwi.
but I know he's hot.
Oh.
Everyone loves him. The guy could do anything, man.
He was
This guy
he
is just a
was in
very,
fucking
very good
Hercules as
actor.
well. He was in
What,
Hercules.
the one with the rock?
No. The one with Kevin Sorbo. He was in a couple of episodes
I hate Kevin Sorbo.
as
He must have
Cuban.
been
What a
really
cat.
young then.
Yeah, it was like 23, 24.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Sorbo
So
was a
he-
fucking prick. Right? Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, he's a fucking prick. Yeah, fuck Kevin Sorbo. Fuck him. He's a wanker. I hate him. Yeah, I used to love that shit. Hercules, and I found out what a wanker he is. Can't stand the guy now.
Well, it was a butchering of Greek mythology from the get-go.
Yeah, but it was Americans butchering Greek mythology. It was kind
Yeah,
of-
it made, like, when you see fucking ancient Greeks playing a sort of ancient Greek version of American football, you don't take that shit seriously. Surely, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
Unless
here's the thing.
it is shown to
Even
Americans,
back
so
even
yeah.
back then in the 90s, like it's like Kevin Sorbo checked all the all the boxes, but somehow he never did it for me.
Fair enough.
Like I don't know. He's just I don't know.
He's 280s.
No, it's not that he's too old. I guess trusting your gut is a
Yeah, I
good
know what you
idea
mean.
because
Yeah. It's like when everyone
now
was a
we
big fan
know
of
that he's
Chuck
a fucking
Norris,
cunt.
but I was like, I never liked Chuck Norris at all. It was like something about him didn't sit
Well,
right.
yeah, I didn't like him
Yeah,
at
then
all
you
either.
find out why.
Is
And I
it?
hate all
Yeah.
those memes that Chuck Norris would kick your ass. Well, fuck Chuck Norris. I would shoot
Yeah,
him
Yeah.
first.
Bruce Lee
This
yeah.
is
made him
the
in
only
Paper
this is
Man.
the only time that I support guns over swords. That is, come on, is if you're gonna get to shoot Chuck Norris. If you get this chance, do it.
Yeah.
Because
Lovely.
he's a
Well, ladies and
cunt.
gentlemen,
I got Chuck Norris on the live stream. Brilliant. Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we've hit the hour mark, and that was my top 5. Thank you very much.
Lovely. All right. Thank you all for joining us. It was around the frantics because I had to get these fucking pricks off their ass because I wanted this finished before 5:30. So thank you to the panel for joining us. And
Sims 4, baby.
join me tomorrow with Cousin Cheeto in the comments, where we'll be doing our season 1 review of Harley Quinn, the best fucking show in the world right
Why
now.
isn't Cousin Cheeto going on camera like a normal person?
Also, we might be, if everyone else is game, doing a review of Altered Carbon season 2 as well, because that's out next
Hey, wait.
Friday. I can't fucking wait.
Oh, when does it come out?
28th, Friday. Comes out Friday.
Oh,
I don't have
Oh,
that boring actor
bitch!
as the
If you
lead.
Zam, if you don't binge watch it within a day, I'm gonna behead you. Like seriously.
I've got an
I'll
appointment.
try my best.
Friday. As soon as
But
I'm
you
done with
know-
that appointment, I'm rushing back home to watch it.
You know, Chris, I do
Can I
have
have
a
your
job,
Netflix
so I'll try my
password?
best.
No, you can't.
Well, you
Do what
suck.
you do best, pirate.
Well,
Speaking
I guess.
of, I'm watching Hunters at the moment. It's like a show about Nazi hunters. These they're not just Jewish people; they're like a mixed bag.
Oh yeah, I
'cause
want to
it's-
see that. Is it any good?
I'm 2 episodes in. It's okay. It's the tone is all over the place, and I kind of find, given the subject matter, it's a bit disrespectful with its tone because it doesn't know what it wants to be, but it's enjoyable if that makes sense. Like so
Fair
far,
enough.
like it's interesting to see. So yeah, that's it. Cool. All right.
All right.
Bye, everyone. See you
Bye
tomorrow.
bye, everyone. See you. Take care. Bye bye. Love ya.